Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Justin here, and today we are back here with another Should You Pull banner review. Alright, so this time we're going to take a look at the latest banner that we are going to get, and that is none other than the Chinese New Year come Valentine's Day banner called Festival of Love. Now before we move on into this banner review, I'd like to ask you guys, if let's say you prefer this lighting with the dark background, or perhaps the lighting that looks like this. Alright, so there's like two different, so one is like just bright and then the other one is just dark. So I'm just wondering, I just want to know your like preference as to which one looks better to you guys. So definitely let me know in the comment section down below, because when it's lighted up, you can actually see, like, you know, my background, like my cut stuff is kind of messy. So yeah, but anyways, I wonder if let's say you guys prefer the, you know, the lighting and that kind of stuff. So lighter background. And then just to move this aside, a lot of people ask me if in the previous video, if let's say the bug still works with regards to the restart, as well as the full Esper full limit burst bug. It has been fixed in the latest maintenance that has arrived to us on the global side. They have fixed the bug. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed it while it lasted. I definitely did as well, within my means. Alright, so aside from this, let's dive straight into the banner review that I have over here. Alright, so this is the Festival of Love. Before this is with regards to the Chinese New Year, so we get day one. So this is how it's like, all the rewards and that kind of stuff. But this is also not finalized, so this is something that is still ongoing. So essentially, day one you get different beginner difficulties, the beginner, advanced, as well as elite. And then day two you get beginner, advanced, and elite also. So every day you will take a good 45 energy from your energy treasure chest. So every day you do get different rewards, which is really very awesome. And I'm very looking forward to this event. So first and foremost, I'm gonna go through this unit, Yan. I think it's Yan because in Chinese it's like Yen, you know, like swallow, that kind of stuff. But anyways, Yan is a support unit. It's a female. She's a 4-star going up to a 6-star, and she has a very wonderful kit. All right, so her what do you call that? Her Trust Master is a light shield over here. As you can see, Lunar Parasol. All right, essentially it gives you 24 defense, 58 spirit, and has resistance to silence, confusion, petrify, and it gives 30% to 30% MP to Yan, as well as auto regen. Right, for those of you who don't know what auto regen is, it's essentially 120 HP and a 0.6 multiplier per turn. Alright, so it gives you back HP for auto regen. Alright. Okay, so moving on, let's take a look at her stats. Alright, for a support unit, I really like her stats in terms of her HP as well as her MP. And yeah, this is she has really good stats all around for 6-star, for 4-star going to 6-star. She doesn't hold any weapons, as you can see over here, but she has a good selection of armors, per se being a light shield, which is, you know, naturally she has a light shield TMR, so it gives her light shield, hats, clothes, as well as ropes over here. Alright, so very similar to Tilith, she does not have any weapons, but Tilith doesn't have shield as well, but at least she has a light shield, so that is the good thing. Alright, so as compared, I mean, if let's say you want to take a look at this, right, the closest comparison would definitely be Riku. So let's take a look at Riku over here. I did not think of this. Let's compare the stats between Riku as well as Yen over here. Alright, as you can see, Riku has 3.5k at 6-star, while she has 3.4. So Riku has slightly better HP, but she has a higher MP. Alright, so in that sense, it's quite negligible in some sense, but the most important thing would be the the limit burst. So I would like to immediately go down to the limit burst first because this is the main comparison between Riku as well as Yen. So Riku over here, you have 16 crystals for defense. Take a look at the base form. Defense and spirit 50%, and it gives you 80% auto revive. 16 crystals. For Yen, 20 crystals, so it's more expensive cost for 80% auto revive as well as resistance at elemental resistance at 40%. So to a huge extent, if let's say you really require elemental resistance, all right, 40% isn't really going to cut it. You'll probably need to bring along a green mage, either Binfilia or perhaps Sirius if you have them, so that you can buff up your elemental resistance to at least 50%. All right, so you think about it, if let's say you want to max your limit burst, it's also possible. It's 64%, but then again, this is not very reliable because it is limit burst after all. It is not directly in the kit where you can use it immediately like your traditional green mage. So it's good to have that you have elemental resistance, but it's not exactly very reliable. Plus, it's more expensive if let's say you want to use it for auto revive purposes per se. All right. So moving on. This is the equipment that Yan has. It's exclusive equipment that only she has particular effects on, and that is Phantom Guard over here with Flex Shield. Flex Shield, she has a Phantom Guard where she is able to evade magic damage taken by 10%. Alright, so 10% magic damage evasion for this light shield over here. And if you so decide to farm her TMR or already have farmed the TMR, this light shield will give her 30% MP as well as auto regen. Alright, now moving on. Her kit, she has three, the main thing is that she has this chi skill, alright, power of chi, where she is able to use chi skills twice, and she has three very particular chi skills that you can use in a kit. One being Chi Kindness Rain, where you recover 2000 base HP, so it's fixed no matter what you recover, no matter like your 1 million spirit, you also recover 2000 HP. Chi Golden Pearl Tenacity, where you increase limit burst gauge fill rate by 100% for 3 turns to all allies. And then Chi Gentle Winds, where you are able to recover 20 MP base to all allies except for herself. Alright, so you're able to dual cast any of these chi skills per turn. So perhaps you wanna recover some MP to your entire team, plus boost limit burst gauge fill rate, and then maybe you wanna heal a little bit. You don't need like extreme healing, you just need to heal a little bit. You can also use Chi Kindness Rate. Now aside from that, she also brings damage mitigation to the table. Now this is not physical damage mitigation, but damage mitigation as a whole. Alright, so this also stacks with 9S's as well as I think White Knight Noel's physical damage mitigation. Alright, so you will be able to stack onto that, but this won't be able to stack with all the other traditional damage mitigation, for example Sakura, or perhaps what's her name, Crow, won't be able to stack. Alright, so this is Eternal Blossoms. Alright, next she also gets an increase. Alright, she also gets this break resistance. Alright, so this is pretty good in some sense that in very particular fights that you know that the boss will break your entire team's stats. Alright, this will be perfect for that fight, whereby she's able to prevent break resistance for 100% for 3 turns to all allies. Alright, next she has Invoke Fire as well as Wind, where she is able to decrease fire and wind resistance 50% to one enemy, as well as decrease the defense for 50% for 3 turns. Alright, next she is also able to revive all KO'd allies to 100%. And also, alright, the Chi skill I've already mentioned. And then her passive, guys. Okay, so with this banner being Valentine's Day, there's a very special mechanic in some sense where she is able to go ahead and as long as Ang is in the party, Ang being the 5-star base bow user, alright, is this guy over here, as long as Ang is in the party and is not KO'd, okay, she is able to get unspoken affection, loving warmth, caring embrace. Alright, so all these skills are over here. Unspoken affection is 20% spirit for 1 turn to caster. LB gauge 2 for caster, this is loving warmth. And caring embrace is damage mitigation 10% for 1 turn to the caster. Okay, so all of these skills will be in conjunction whenever you have Ang on the field together with Yen. Alright, so as very similarly on the equal token, as long when you take a look at Ang's kit, as long as Yen is on the field, he will be able to get additional passives as well as skills as well. Okay, so aside from that, she also gets a spirit passive, this safety amulet. Now this is very important for all your very good support units out there, as you will be able to get camouflage as well as increase HP for additional survivability. So this is very awesome. Now, aside from that, she also gets increase in MP as well as MP recovery 5% per turn. And then she also gets increased spirit 50% when equipped with a light shield, increased resistance to all elements at 20%. Alright, so this spiritual virtue, I think, is a very, very good skill for her to have, as it increases spirit as well as resistance to all elements. So it increases your survivability for this unit that is able to go ahead and revive the entire team, so that as long as she is on the field alive, she is able to revive the entire team to 100% HP with Flaming Ashes. Alright, so this is very, very good. Alright, so we have taken a look at her limit burst over here, which is super awesome. And then, yeah, so overall, I would really say that this unit is legit, is good to go for if you do not have a unit such as Riku. If let's say you have Riku, perhaps you can consider your options based on the amount of tickets that you have. Now, moving on, we have Ang. Alright, Ang is a physical damage dealer, a bow physical damage dealer at it, and he is a 5-star base going up to 6-star. Alright, so his TM is a bow called Sunbreaker, 2-handed. It gives the user Bird Killer as well as Dragon Killer. I believe this is this 25%? No, this is 50%. Okay, and then the damage range is 125 to 175%, and it increases the accuracy at 70%. Alright, for those of you who don't know what accuracy is essentially accuracy will be able to avoid those kind of, like, you know, those pesky evasion shenanigans. Alright, accuracy will be able to go ahead. It's a mechanic where you are able to avoid evasion essentially. Alright, so it gives you accuracy, and the damage range is 125 to 175. I already said that. Okay, so moving on, his kit over here, his attack is actually pretty high at 155. Okay, shall I compare this to Cloud perhaps? Alright, I'm sorry that I did not prepare this earlier. It just suddenly popped up my head that I should probably compare this to their very similar counterparts. Alright, over here, Cloud has 160, which is 5 base attack more. Alright, but Cloud being Cloud, he is still a very, very good unit. And also his TM is very crucial if, let's say, you want to let units like Ang and those true double hand users flourish. You really need Cloud because of his Buster style over here, where you're able to increase your true double hand by 100%. Okay, so Ang over here, his weapon selection is pretty limited, being a bow as well as throwing weapons. So for throwing weapons, you have a good selection such as Rising Sun, as well as the TM from Waka. Alright, so those are the better 2 throwing weapons that I know of. And then his armors, alright, he does not have any heavy armor to equip to him, but instead he has this clothes as well as light armor. So for those of you out there who has Cloud's armor, alright, you're able to clinch Cloud's armor, you can use it over here as well. And he has light shields as well, apparently. But probably you wouldn't really use light shields on him, unless you want to use this flex shield on him, where he is able to get this Phantom Guard, where he can evade magic damage taken by 10%. But It's kind of weird that you'll use it on him. Alright, so his kit, alright, over here has a lot of different hunter skills over here, as you can see. But the main one that a lot of people will probably be using is over here, this air shot, where you'll be able to decrease fire resistance. Alright, and then you'll be able to move in with your fire attackers, perhaps you know, someone that you have put on Rain's greatsword that is given free on the game. Alright, so this is just want to let you guys know that fire resistance is also fire resistant elemental reduction is also available in Ang's kit, alright, by 50%. And all of these three skills over here will give him access to this new skill called Swift Shot. Alright, what Swift Shot is essentially you're able to choose 3 enemies and physical damage 2 times to 1 enemy. So essentially it's sort of like a barrage. Hopefully it's not choose 3 enemies by random, or not it will be kind of useless in some sense. But I don't think it's, I mean, I don't know, like it, because right now it still has a question mark over there, so I'm not exactly entirely very sure. But aside from this, starting off at 5-star level 3, he gets Libra plus a decreased defense and spirit 45%. So you start off the fight with this, you are able to deal more damage as you decrease the opponent's defense and spirit. So this is sort of like an armor eraser plus Libra, alright? And then also he gets aimed increased attack 400% and max 800% for the next normal attack to caster. Alright, so as long as you use this, as long as you normal attack, you'll be able to deal this max 800%. It's sort of like a store, alright? Store, then you just berserk, then you attack. Alright, armor piercing arrow. Physical damage 1.8 with ignore defense 25%. Not exactly very good. But these are the ones over here that will deal a lot of damage to the particular archetype. For an example, if you are fighting the Cone, is that his name? The bird that will be in the Festival of Love over here. The bird, what's the bird's name? Cone or something, alright? You'll be able to deal physical damage 2.75 times to 1 enemy and then increase physical damage against birds 75% for 3 turns to caster. So that is really awesome. Alright, if you're fighting, let's say perhaps Bahamut for an example, alright, you just set this guy as your friend unit and then you put a Odin on him, alright, coupled with this Dragon Hunter arrow. Yeah, it's gonna be kind of dope, alright, for Bahamut. Alright, and then over here we have Tempest arrows as well as Blaze arrows. Tempest arrows being wind physical damage with delay, alright, as very similar to Blaze arrows, also has a delay of 1 turn, and they do 4.2 multiplier to all enemies, alright, so this is really very awesome. And it also has a 7 hit, I believe, over here, alright, 7 hits, so if you happen to have like sort of the dupe or something, alright, you can cast this, alright, then you rain arrows on the enemy the next turn, alright, so this is sort of like a jump, but instead you don't really you don't really avoid anything, or perhaps like, you know, you'll just stay on the field. Alright, so this is Blaze and Tempest arrows. And Petrifying Shot, you'll choose 3 enemies, physical damage 0.7 multiplier to 1 enemy, and you inflict Petrify, chance of 50% to 1 enemy, and you enable access to Ang, which is Swift Shot. So this is not really a use, sort of like a move that you'll use, unless for those people who just got him and you want to use him in arena, you can do so. Alright, and then Penetrating Shot, you choose 3 enemies and the multiplier is 0.7 on this one, and you decrease defense and spirit 45% for 3 turns to 1 enemy. Wow, actually this is pretty dope. And you are able to get access to Swift Shot the following turn. Alright, so if let's say this ability, right, is sort of like Barrage, I think that if you use this in arena, it's gonna be, I don't know guys, I don't think it's a very good arena unit, but anyways, it's definitely Bo Randy in some sense. I see a lot of Randy in him. Alright, and then let's move on to his passives, guys. Alright, so Everlasting Love, Loyal Love. Everlasting Love over here, Loyal Love over here. And these two are the ones that will give Ang the special passive for Valentine's Day. Alright. As long as Yen is on the field, alright, he will get Everlasting Love and Loyal Love. Everlasting Love being increased limit burst gauge, increased restore NP 5% to caster, and increase attack 45% for 1 turn to caster. Alright, then next, Loyal Love, increase resistance to charm 100% to caster. Alright, so as long as your eye candy is there, don't you dare fall in love with anyone else. This is what Loyal Love is here for. So as long as Yan is on the field, he won't fall in love with anyone else, including the very putrid Echidna. Alright, so aside from that, he also gets HP MP 30%, attack 20%, resistance to poison, blind, and petrify. Blind, if let's say you guys, okay, but anyways, it's better than nothing, huh? Alright, so I really hope that they all get confusion as at a 5-star base, but okay. And then we get chance to ignore fatal damage 80% when HP is above 10%. Alright, so this is very, very awesome. A lot of global exclusive units get this. And Master Archer increase attack, defense, magic, spirit 30% when equipped with the bow. And then Chaser, increase equipment attack 100% when single wielding any weapon, and increase 25% accuracy when single wielding any weapon. So when you have this passive 25% coupled with his own TMR over here, Sunbreaker at 70% accuracy, he gets a 95% accuracy for Ang. Alright, so this is very, very awesome. Okay, so for his limit burst over here, at base form it is a fire physical damage 5.3 times multiplier with ignore defense 50%. Wow, this is really very awesome. Alright, and decrease fire resistance 50% for 3 turns to all enemies, and you add fire element to physical attacks for 3 turns to caster. And you enable access to Swift Shot as well. So Swift Shot is also accessible by his limit burst. Okay, so if you have maxed out his limit burst, if let's say you guys have him, right, you need to max out his limit burst. Why? Because it scales very well. It increases the physical damage over here at 6.5 from 5.3, and also increase the fire resistance in peril at 74% from 50%. So if you guys got him, alright, you definitely need to save up some limit burst pots to definitely increase his limit burst. Definitely save up so that you can increase his limit burst before you evolve him to the 6-star, from his 5-star increase to level 20, so that if let's say you guys want to go ahead and increase from level 20 to 25 from 6-star form, it's much easier and requires less limit burst pots as well. Alright, so this is Ang. And then moving on, we have Chow over here. Now Chow is the very, very exclusive and special unit over here, simply because he's a 5-star magic tank and he's a dog, guys. He's a Chow Chow. Okay, with the very, very what do you call that? The trademark. Yes, the trademark with the blue tongue over here, as you can see. Alright, so Chow Chow. Woo! Spirit dog. Spirit dog here. Alright, so his Trust Master it's a lucky ingot. Alright, and it gives 888 HP and 88 MP. Alright, so that is very, very exciting. And it's a lucky ingot, guys. Alright, for those Chinese people out there, ingots is like... Okay, so the effect lucky ingot over here, let me just go ahead and open this and see if it's already in the wiki. Alright, it's not in the wiki yet. Alright, but we know that lucky ingot is a chance where you are able to go ahead and use 2 other skills. Alright, we'll definitely get more information as the units come out tomorrow. Okay, so his stats over here, his HP is very good, his defense is also very good, and his spirit, most importantly, is also very good as a magic tank. Okay, so his resistance, he gets 50% light as well as 50% dark resist. And his weapon selection, daggers, staffs, as well as fist weapons. Armor-wise, light shield, heavy shield, hats, helms, light clothes, light armor, heavy armor, ropes, as well as accessories. So he has an access to a lot of very defensive equipment. So very good. Most importantly, he has this staff. All right, so you can increase his spirit as well. Fists, I'm not really sure how he can use fists per se. Didn't really see a dog with fist before, but yeah. Alright, and then with Flat Shield, you're able to get the 10% magic evasion, of course. Let's take a look at his kit. Alright, over here we have increased defense and attack 60% 3 turns to all allies. If let's say you guys have a bard, right? This is not exactly something that you really want. You also have increased resistance to stop 100% for 3 turns to all allies. Mystia can also do that, alright? So this is sort of like a meh skill, it's negligible. Alright, Guardian Sacrifice, recover HP 100% to all allies. Wow. Oh, instant KO to caster. Okay, so at the cost of his dear life, alright, he will be able to recover 100% HP to all allies. But I personally think that if let's say you have to let your tank die to let all your allies be 100%, I think it's... okay, I see. So, what you can do is that you are able to cast Auto Revive on the tank, alright, and then next you are able to go ahead and recover HP to all allies. Because a lot of times I find that your healer, if let's say your healer needs to be dispelling of some sort, or perhaps doing something else, alright, of course healers are supposed to heal, of course I know that, but the thing is, sometimes your healer may be dead, or perhaps your healer may be, you know, like sometimes your healer very sway, very shag, no? Like, you already put all camouflage, everything already, then suddenly like, someone just whack your healer one time, the healer die, or you know, someone never cover her or him, then your healer dies. Alright, this is where this comes in very handy, where you are able to go ahead and KO him, and then you are able to get 100% to all allies so that your allies are still hale and hearty. Alright, and then we get this improved focus, where you're able to increase magic and spirit 60% to all allies and increase resistance to charm. Okay, so this is very good in some sense that charm and stop are two of these very grey area sort of status ailments where no one touches them, except for stop with Mystia, but charm is only on I think Chow. I think charm I'm not sure if let's say any other charm resistance. Alright, let me know in the comment section down below if let's say you guys know of any other units with charm resistance. Alright, because I can't think of the bat right here. Alright, so next, Courageous Heart. Alright, Courageous Heart is essentially randomly use 70% auto revive 80% for 3 turns to caster, recover HP 40% to caster, and then 20% is 80% and recover 70% HP, and for 10% chance you get 80%. So essentially the auto revive is always 80% HP, but the difference is the recover HP is how many percent only lah. So essentially at 70% is 40%, at 20% is 70%, and 10% is 100%. So this skill is pretty useful in some sense that if let's say you do not need to be magic tanking, you do not need to use this skill, this spiritual defender, chance of protecting all allies from magic damage 75%, with damage mitigation 50% to 70% for 3 turns to all allies. Let's take a look at Mystia over here. Very similarly, very sorry guys, I just thought of this right off the bat. Alright, so over here, let's take a look at Mystia's cover over here. Tri-Layer Wall. Chance to protect all allies 50% with damage mitigation 50%. Alright, so the chance here is higher at 75%. Alright, so you guys know the difference. This is 75%, Mystia is 50%, and damage mitigation is 50% to 70% for 3 turns to caster. This is 50% fixed. Alright, so not only does Chow Chow over here protect your allies with a higher percentage, he also is able to damage mitigation at a higher percentage as well. Albeit the 50% to 70% variation, alright, there's a chance of him protecting more than 50%. So just to let you guys know. Alright, and then over here his passives, Natural Protector, chance to protect one ally from magic damage 30% with with damage mitigation at 50%, and you are able to, wow, alright, it being a very lucky dog, alright, being the year of the dog this coming year, alright, you are able to get this Gil Obtain 100%, Huada, alright, over here, and then he also gets, what the hell? Why does he get Camouflage? This is very weird. I suppose Camouflage only affects like physical attacks. I'm not very sure, but if let's say you guys know why in the world did they put Camouflage on him, like is there Camouflage? Oh, there's also Camouflage on Mystia. Alright, I think Camouflage is a... I really don't know why there's Camouflage on the tank, but if let's say you guys know why there's Camouflage on the tank, definitely let me know in the comment section down below, because I do not know why. Alright, there are also things that I don't know, okay? Alright, so also we get Tenacity, where he gets 30% defense boost and increased resistance to Paralyze, Confuse, and Petrify. Awesome! Alright, he gets Paralyze, Confuse, and Petrify resistance. And Spiritual Core, where he increases Spirit 30% and Spirit 100% when HP drops below 30%. And Defender's Disposition. Defender's Disposition, what in the world is this? I think it's pull in the hits, if I'm not wrong. Oh no, it's actually not. It's a increased defense and spirit 50% for 3 turns to caster. Alright, so this is only available to Chow. So right off the bat, he is able to get 50% defense as well as spirit at the start of the battle. Okay, aside from that, Twin Discipline, increase HP, increase defense as long as you equip it with a robe, and spirit if you equip it with a heavy armor. Okay, so it's very weird in the sense that heavy armors usually give you more defense, so the passive increases the spirit, and robes usually give you spirit or magic, so they compensate by giving you a passive of defense 30%. So that is very, very considerate of Gumi. Very awesome. And then Compassion, increase MP 20% and increase limit burst gauge fill rate. Let's take a look at his limit burst in a quick second over here. Fortune Bringer, boost rate of rare items dropped by enemies. He also gets auto refresh, chance of countering physical attacks with Loyal Heart. Loyal Heart is this passive where you are able to cure poison, blind, sleep, silence, paralyze, and confuse. Sadly, no petrify. Alright, to all allies. So this is pretty good, but at 30%, the percentage is not high enough, I feel. So it's not exactly very reliable. And then we have Steady Reflex as well. Chance to counter physical attacks, 30% with Unbreakable Physique, where you are able to mitigate damage taken 30% for 2 turns to caster, removing damage and Spirit Break from caster as well. Alright, so be it physical or magic attacks, you are able to counter with Unbreakable Physique. Alright, so actually Defender's position, they did state over here as well. Alright, so magic-wise, he is able, he has Kiraga in his kit, Esunaga, where you are able to go ahead and cure poison, blind, sleep, silence, paralyze, and confuse. Sadly, no petrify once again. And Full Life, where it's able to go ahead and revive one KO'd ally to 100%. Sadly, not AoE, but 1%. He also does not have dual cast in his kit, so if let's say you want to use him as like a mini support unit as well, you can put dual cast in his inventory, and he's able to go ahead and dual cast this heal as well as this Full Life. Alright, his limit burst is mitigate damage taken 30% for 1 turn to all allies, and restore HP 5% and MP 30% to all allies. Now, if you max that out, you are able to mitigate damage 54% for 1 turn to all allies, and restore HP 5% and MP 55% to all allies. Alright, so this limit burst, ladies and gentlemen, if you have it, alright, I feel that if let's say you got this unit, alright, if you have extra limit burst pots to feed it, go ahead. But if you do not, I think it's skippable. Why? Because the cost is at 30 limit burst crystals. Alright, so it's not super expensive, but I mean, like, if let's say you, it's good because it scales at both ends, at MP as well as damage mitigation. But if let's say you do not have this limit burst pots to feed it, but you instantly need a magic tank and you do not have Mystea. Alright, I think you can definitely go ahead and awaken it first, and then after that, subsequently you want to go ahead and increase it, it's also possible. So yeah, this is Chow Chow. Alright, so all of these units are only available during this Chinese New Year period. I'm not going to go through Yuri because Yuri is not exactly a unit that we'll really use. Okay, so just want to give you guys a quick rundown of all the units. Wow, this review is 35 minutes. It has been so long since I did a video this long. I hope you guys liked this banner review over here, and let me know in the comment section down below how you guys think about this banner. Alright, and yeah, definitely leave a like if you're feeling awesome, and it will help the channel out a lot. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and definitely let me know in the comment section down below, number 1, the lighting. Alright, number 2, whether you'll be pulling on this banner or not. And of course, stay awesome guys. Take care and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!